So thank you all for being here on a Sunday afternoon. And essentially what we're going to try to accomplish today are three main things. First of all, we're going to show our appreciation to our outgoing officers, to the people who have served us over the past year. We're going to inaugurate our new officers, we're going to officially get them in office, and then third, we're going to try to set everyone up for success in the upcoming year. So with that said, let's get started. First of all, the first responsibility that we have at this meeting is to select our officer roles. And so that'll go from the rankings of the elections. The person who had the most votes in the VP section will get to choose first, and then it goes all the way down to the last. So as you can see on your agenda that I've handed out, I've written down all of the roles that you can choose, and also the order of election in terms of who gets to choose first, and then who goes on after that. So essentially, let's go through the roles. So VP Education, it's the meat of the work comes in assigning roles, and that might sound like a simple job, but it's actually not. There's a lot that goes into that, and if you want to think about it, there's a lot that you can do in addition to just one thing you could do is maybe come to more meetings and you can actually observe the students and see that you can make sure each week that there is a person that you can rely on to give a good speech. Give officers the more important roles, give the new members some roles that they can ease into, and then further in the future ease into those more important roles such as Toastmaster or Table Topics Master. So those are just some things to think about for VP Education. The journalism position takes care of all of our websites, updates the photos, maintains our social media presence, if you would like to call the internet a social media platform. Our VP membership is responsible for maintaining our Google groups. Basically all requests of membership go through the VP of membership. He or she interfaces with the public, talks to people who want to join, they tell them what happens when you join or how to join. So those are some responsibilities of VP membership. For VP Public Relations, this is the person that reserves this room every day. This is the person that reserves the main event party. This is the person that, just from the name, you can tell that interacts a lot with the public, interacts with people that are not from our club, but people who, maybe are in our community. So that is the public relations position. VP Secretary carries in the box every week, brings the snacks, the drinks, and essentially he or she has to be very responsible because that box has to be here every meeting for all of the timers, jobs, those red, blue, and red, yellow, and green signals to be here, for the timers to be here, for all the materials to be here. So that's very important. And then VP Treasurer also, actually all of these you have to be very responsible for, but Treasurer, maybe especially so because you're handling the club's finances, you're keeping track, and you're going to alert all of the other club members if you see any problems like losing money halfway throughout the year. So that's an overview of what happens in each position. Now, in a little bit, we're going to be talking, so once you've chosen your roles, we'll be talking to the officer that was in that role this year, and so you can gain some insight, learn about their experiences, and so on. So, I guess we're just going to go down the line. Alex, which role would you like? So Alex is going to be VP Education. Now we'll have Jennifer choose.
Public Relations.
VP Public Relations, great. And Ethan? Membership, cool. Anna?
Secretary.
Secretary, Bennett?
It's journalism and treasury.
Correct.
I will be VP treasurer.
Okay. So Grace, that means you'll be VP Journalism. It's actually a really interesting job. You can learn to interact with websites. You'll be writing all the posts that go online. So that's also a very, very important job. So there we are. So those are your roles for the next year. Now that you know everything that's going to be going on with the roles, we want to take a step back and show some appreciation to our current officers. So Alex picked up these yesterday from Blue Ribbon Trophies. Now we're going to be handing these out. Yes, Jonathan was very surprised when he learned about this. And we're just going to be going through. So current officers, will you please come to the stage? Okay. So the first one we're going to be giving out is for Richard, who is 2017-2018 advisor. Okay, thank Thanks, Richard. All right, next one is Alex, who is 2017-2018 Vice President and Treasurer. Okay, take it, dude. Okay, next is 2017-2018 Vice President and Secretary, Emily. Next is 2017-2018 Vice President of Journalism, Aaron. Okay. And next, 2017-2018 Vice President of Education, Penny. And 2017-2018 Vice President of Public Relations, Jonathan. All right. And last is mine, so I guess I'll ask Richard to present.
And
No idea.
your wonderful president for 2018, JLTM, Kevin Meng.
Okay, so that's that. At the end of the meeting, we'll be taking a group picture with everyone, so don't worry about that. So let's give these officers another round of applause for their picture. Now, you may be seated. So, I don't know, I guess this is a year of interesting, weird things that I'm going to be doing, but next on the agenda, as you see, is the introduction to the transition period. Now, one thing I observed last year was that a lot of us, including me, were a little bit confused about what we were doing at the beginning. So here's what we're going to be doing this year. It's going to be called the transition period. Now, when I first thought about this, I sort of had an argument with myself. You know, what is this transition period? You know, helping the new officers? Well, I thought you could do that at any time. Well, when I thought about it, I thought, all right, that's fine. So for the transition period, we're going to say that you're obligated to help the new officers do tangible work. So that if they have any questions, you show them how to do it correctly. And this is a little bit different from regular because, you know, once this transition period ends, of course you can give advice, you can talk, you can discuss. But if someone asks you to do a favor, you have the right to say no because you are no longer an officer. But through this transition period, which basically covers all of these summer meetings, you will be obligated to say yes because it is your duty as an officer to ensure the success of future officers. So that's a very, very brief overview of the transition period. Do you have any questions about that? No? All right. So at the end of the meeting, we'll be exchanging contact information so you guys can make sure to stay in touch if you have any questions, concerns, or just asking for a favor. All right. So we're moving right along, and that comes to the 2017-2018 financial report. Now, Emily actually requested this earlier this morning because it's very, very important to understand the status of the finances in this club, to see how we did in the past year, if we're losing money or gaining money, and that will be presented by our 2017-18 treasurer, Alex. Let's welcome him up.
Okay, so we have a lot of money in our club. We started out the year with $2,800 in our account. In total, we gained a net worth of about $350. Just for credits, how much we gained around $2,581. And for reimbursements and spending, that was about $2,222. So there was what we had for credits coming in. We had the membership fees, and we also had the summer meetings. which we got money from Eventbrite for that. We also got interest from the bank. That was like 3 cents a month. Alright, so some expenses that were paid out, there were the trophies, I think quite a few trophies. And then there were the secretary, the food and the drinks, the room reservation from Jonathan, main event reservation from Jonathan, which cost us $400. Wait, okay. 400 including the room reservation. Yeah. And then there were the awards from the summer meetings that I also reimbursed. I think that's basically it.
All right, thank you, Alex. So from that, I guess you could tell that while we did earn a little bit more money through all the reservations and the summer meetings, we also decided to spend a lot of it. So at least we're not losing money, right? Okay, so after this financial report from the treasurer, it is what you have all been waiting for, and that is the inauguration of the 2018-19 officers. So for that, I have printed off some certificates that I don't know where mine from. Okay. So, new officers, newly elected officers, will you please come to the stage? You guys can stand in the middle of the line or something. You don't have to go that far. Okay. Okay, now adding on top of all the strange things we're doing this year is the officer installation statement. Now this is something that we want to bind to you to make sure that you will do your best to serve this club. So here it goes. You have been elected officer of the JLTM Toastmasters International Speech Gavel Club. It will be your duty to preside over club meetings and oversee the functioning of all club events. You are to be at all times watchful for activities, projects, and programs which could benefit this club, its members, or the society as a whole. You solemnly promise and pledge to execute the duties of your position to the best of your knowledge and ability, to commit yourself to a high standard, and to further the goals and objectives of this organization. Do you agree to abide by these terms?
I do.
Okay, great. So, you have now all been installed as officers. Congratulations. You have some fun. Yeah. So, we have printed off certificates for all of you. This is for Emily, our president, Alex, our vice president, Jennifer, our vice president, Ethan, our vice president, Anna, our vice president, Bennett, our vice president, Grace, our vice president, and I guess myself. And I will be sticking around as the advisor. I'll be a member of the club next year. So why don't we get a group picture?
Yeah, the new officer
Okay.
picture.
Can you fit us in the front? Someone join him. I don't want to be the only one.
Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. So congratulations, you are now officers of this club. Just remember that this is not only an honor, but it is also a representation of your responsibility and dedication to this club. So thank you all. So now that you are all officially officers, that means we are no longer. I am no longer president, Jonathan is no longer vice president, Richard is no longer advisor, all of that. So with this comes a new responsibility for you guys, and also an added responsibility to us, because we want to make sure that this club can be prolonged as long as possible. So with that, the rest of this meeting will be led by Emily, our new 2018-2019 president. So she'll first start off by giving some remarks, she'll go over some plans for the summer, and then wrap up the meeting and adjourn. So let's welcome our new president up to the stage.
say congratulations to all the new officers, and I want to say that I have a really big role to fill, considering how well Kevin did in his presidency in 2017 to 2018 year. So I really want to do my best, and I hope we can all work well together. And I'm going to talk about our summer plans now. So I looked over the calendar, and I'm only available for like 3 dates that I think are good dates for the summer meetings. 2 of them are in June, and 1 of them is in July. And I'm hoping that we can do like 1 meeting in June and 1 in July, and maybe 1 in August if one of the current officers want to help host a meeting, because I'll be in Taiwan almost all of August. So it'd be very helpful if any of you guys can help host. So you guys can tell me if you're available later. And for June, it would be around the end of June. And my plan for that meeting would be maybe I can invite some college freshmen that went to like Ivy Leagues for like one of those college application panels. That would be interesting. And also for another meeting, I was thinking we could do like we could invite some experienced speakers so that they can help a lot of the younger kids that we have now who are very confused about how to speak. So those are my plans. And if you guys know anybody who you think would be a good speaker that we can invite, please like send me an email or text me later. But overall, I really want to make this club better, because right now we're like pretty okay, but we could definitely improve. So we could definitely improve, and I really hope we can all do our best this year. So, are there any questions that you guys have?
So you said just text you or email. Can you give us your information?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So my email is, and I know last year we used Facebook Messenger, but like, I know a lot of people don't have Facebook, myself included. So, you have Facebook, right? Does everybody here have Facebook?
Who here doesn't have Facebook?
If you don't have it, you can just get it. Just install an app on your phone.
No, you can just use Messenger.
But you don't have to make a
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you don't have to make a
You can make
Facebook.
an account for Messenger only, and
Yeah.
just install it on your phone.
Download Messenger.
Yeah, it's just push notifications like that.
Facebook is like cool now.
Snapchat.
Oh, yeah.
Snapchat for
Yeah.
Yeah, so download Messenger, and then you guys can download Messenger right now, and then we can communicate later after the meeting. Yes.
So what are the dates right now you have planned for the summer meetings?
I think it's like June 29th for the June meeting. For July, it'd be like July 13th? I'm not sure, but it's a Friday. And then I'm not sure about August, but probably early August. I don't know when our school starts at like
August 13th.
August.
Okay, that's really good.
Yeah, 13th. They're cutting our summer short about a week.
So probably early August for the summer meetings.
More breaks in the middle of the year.
No, it's because they want to push summer early next year, so they're just cutting it for us.
So lucky. Okay, do you have any more questions?
Phone number?
Or phone number?
Yeah.
Let me think. I don't give out my phone number that much, right?
What's your WeChat?
I don't have WeChat.
Why?
I don't
She
have.
doesn't have Facebook, but she has WeChat.
Yeah, you don't have WeChat. Okay, and then the past officers should talk with the current officers to tell them about what they should be doing in their roles.
Computer.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
I need to go downstairs. Hurry up. PR is hard.
交换一下，交接，Alex 下一个。
Essentially.